Okay, check. Visual sync in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's about as good as I can do for that. Welcome to Pedalboard Preamp, episode 5. Today is a follow-up from episode 4, covering overdrive pedals. And my last couple videos, they were a lot longer. I'm going to try and make this one short, so I'm going to skip a couple segments, and we're just going to hear some guitar tones. I'm going to feature the metalcore pedal again, and I actually have a little surprise for you. So let's get into it. I've already pre-selected a Marshall-esque 4x12. You can hear that now. Okay, let's kick on the metalcore. Also, as you can see, I have the noise suppressor already engaged. I have everything running through that, and you can hear it's a bit harsh. Might need a few different things to it, so that's why I got this going on here. The Wrap pedal is kind of 3 pedals in one. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in other videos, but I'll mention it again. So let's break this up into 3 quadrants. This first quadrant works much like an overdrive. The second quadrant works much like a distortion pedal. And then this third quadrant works much like a fuzz. And yeah, this is unscripted. And I just really wanted to play with these pedals. Also, as you can see, got a Lego Speed Champions F40 there. That helps with tone and speed. So that's on the board. Speaking of which, I actually made a bunch of videos where I built these Lego Speed Champions. I have a few other ones. And I made videos making them. I'm unsure if I'm actually going to post them or not. But if anyone wants me to post them, let me know. So let's get back to this. Metalcore. Yeah, it definitely needs some EQ or something. It's a little harsh. See what I can do just dialing it on its own. I should also mention I'm using my Dean from Hell in standard tuning. Really sick guitar. I've used it on a lot of Swolas. It sounds pretty good now, actually, just dialing some of that stuff back. I'm not going to go too far into it. I have a whole episode based on that pedal. So let's kick on the Wrap pedal. You can really get a lot out of this pedal. You can hear there's like some different overtones that were immediately present when I kicked on that pedal. I really like this pedal on bass. I'm actually going to do a bass episode next. I see that a lot of people liked my bass episode, and I've since kind of evolved my approach with doing all the different Swolas. I'm going to go over that on the next one. These two together, not really my favorite, but you know, I wanted to hear it, so you won't really know until you try. But let's dial down the distortion, turn up the volume, and use this as if it was an overdrive. Sounds pretty good. Let's hear what it's doing by itself. So a little bit of color to it. I would probably also have an EQ pedal if I was using these two together, just to give you a little bit more control. You know, there's a few frequencies that are jumping out that aren't necessarily very musical, though they could be cool in a certain setting. Really depends on what you're going for. I actually think that's pretty cool. It's actually better than I thought it would be. Of course, if I switch this up, we'll get completely different sounds too. I'll demo that real quick. What's really cool about this pedal is how I can just sample IRs quickly like that with this tone. That is a very powerful tool in itself. That sounds pretty mean. Okay, so I could end the video right there and say there's a sweet tone, but got a few other ideas here. First, let's just kick on the Super Overdrive and see what happens. Got a really cool thing here. Got this set up in your typical Overdrive fashion. Start off halfway. All right, let's see what happens. We'll start off. Go all the way up with the tone. All the way down with the tone. Okay, so definitely a lot darker, which is obvious. That sounds pretty cool. I would be happy with that. EQ with this tone, and you're pretty much good. You could even just do that in the DAW. You're going to want to lop off anything under, let's say, 120 hertz. And lately, I've been chopping off all the highs. Anything really above like 6K, which is like really tight. I mean, you could back off from 6K all the way up to like really probably as far as like 11K. But, you know, there's a lot of fizz up there. So I like to actually cut a lot of that out. And it forces me to play super tight, forces me to pick harder, and ultimately I get a better performance. But yeah, try, you know, moving the EQ around a little bit. Definitely chop off that low end. You don't need that. I also like to roll off like around 500. That's just like boxiness. You don't need that. So definitely want to cut that too. Same goes with the bass. The highs and everything, that's really going to depend on the tone, what you want to do there. But if you do those two other things, you know, with the high and low pass and then the cut of 500, you're already in a better space. So with this tone plus that, you'll probably get some pretty cool results. Of course, with this whole show, I'm not doing anything outside of what you see on the pedal board. So I'm not going into Reaper and then enhancing these tracks at all. That's pretty tight. I'm hearing it through studio monitors. I'm not hearing it through a cabinet. Run this out into a power amp and then into an actual guitar cab. That might be pretty cool. Maybe in a future video, I'll have to try that out. If someone wants me to do that, let me know, and I'll actually make the video. I'm happy with this tone too. So there you go. There's 2 usable tones, and let's get on to the surprise. I wanted this to be a short video. It's already like way too long. I ramble on way too much. I'm gonna have to cut most of this out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so the surprise is pretty simple. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the metalcore pedal. And yeah, these 2 pedals sound wonderful together. I'm hearing like some Marshall-esque tones. Obviously, this impulse is going to help that, but this is really cool. And obviously, we're going to need to add some gain to that. So that's no distortion, pushing the volume all the way up. Let's add some gain. And then let's back off on the volume. Now this filter does a real good job at getting a lot of that fizz out. I think that's why a lot of people like it. But I mean, the rat pedal also adds like some body to the guitar too. It's a really cool pedal. It makes sense why, you know, it's relatively unchanged. And like older than I am. Okay, that's cool. 3 usable tones. It's been a while since I've made a pedalboard preamp video. The ones that I posted, I actually made like a while ago, and the video editing software that I had, I didn't have a license, but I was able to work in it. So I made the videos, finally got the license, and I was able to export the videos. I'm trying something a little bit different here. Before I was running the audio out of the interface into my my camera phone, and this time I'm recording to Reaper, and I'm gonna sync it in post. I hope it works. I'm also recording the video on the screen. Yeah, so as you'll obviously know, I don't really need to tell you that, but yeah, really cool tones. This will conclude this portion. I'm gonna use this tone, I think. Right? You know what? Let's hear one more thing. No. Yeah, this yeah, I'm gonna keep that pedal off for this part. I'm liking that tone a lot better, but I am wondering how this is gonna sound on a bass guitar, so I might have to try that out. I think that might be a future episode. If you want to hear that too, let me know in the comments. This will conclude this portion of episode 5 of Pedalboard Preamp. And I'm going to do the next part where I riff out. So thanks for watching, and let's snap to that part.